week in Japan and discovered two completely different cities. One is neon lights, skyscrapers and crossing intersections with 3,000 people at once. The other is bamboo forests, golden temples and streets where geisha still walk at dusk. Tokyo and Kyoto. Modern Japan and ancient Japan. Chaos and calm. And here's the thing. You need both to understand this country. Today I'm taking you through my week in Japan, from Tokyo's electric energy to Kyoto's timeless beauty. Let's go! Tokyo hits you immediately. The moment you step out of the train station, you are surrounded by noise, movement, screens, people. It's overwhelming in the best possible way. This is a city of 14 million people that somehow works perfectly. Trains run on time to the second. Streets are spotless. And the energy, it never stops. My first stop was Senso-ji Temple in Asakusa, Tokyo's oldest temple, built in 628 AD. You walk through this massive red gate with a giant lantern, and suddenly you are on Nakamise's shopping street. Traditional shops selling everything from rice crackers to kimono accessories. Look at all these incense smoke. People wave it over themselves for good luck and health, and despite the crowds, there is a sense of reverence here. Hi guys, this is Lux Ventures. We are here at Senso-ji Temple at Hosomon Gate in Asakura area. And this is the east area of Tokyo next to a river. And back then, people used to live here. That's why it's considered to be the old area of Tokyo. People did not want to live in the west area because the west area had a lot of hills, and when they didn't have any transportation, such as cars, etc., they could not transport all the items up and down all the time. So that's why they are living here, or they used to live in the old area. And they are still living here, and it's very, very crowded. There's a lot of tourists here. Didn't expect that it's so crowded because it's a bit rainy and it's cold. But winter time, just before Christmas in Tokyo, it seemed that this place is vibrant and busy all the time. And you can see even some people dressed in local outfits making pictures here. It's lovely. This is what I love about Tokyo. 1 minute you are in this 1,400-year-old temple. The next minute you are 634 meters in the sky. Tokyo Skytree, the tallest structure in Japan. I went up and watched the city mesmerizingly go by. If you visit during sunset, you can witness its transition from daylight to that glowing neon skyscraper. Definitely one of those moments you won't forget. Hi guys, Lux Ventures here, tuning in from Tokyo from the Skyview Tower. The tower itself has 634 meters and we are on the highest floor, the Temple Gallery of 450 meters. The sky, as you can see, is not super clear, but clear enough to see the beautiful city. The city is just massive, just incredible. Reminds me a bit of the cyberpunk from back in the days. And there's another tower, the Tokyo Tower, which is a bit smaller, around 400 meters. And I think there is no need to go up there because you can have a pretty good overview of the city from here. Stay tuned. Bye. The next morning, I woke up at 7 a.m. for Tsukiji Outer Market. This is where you go for the freshest sushi, grilled seafood and street food. The energy here is incredible. Vendors calling out, the smell of grilled fish, people lining up for the best spots. This is fresh tuna on rice. It's 8 a.m. and this might be the best breakfast I've ever had. After breakfast, I headed to Imperial Palace, the current residence of Japan's Imperial, sitting on the former site of the Edo Castle. Most of the palace grounds are closed to the public, but you can walk through the East Gardens for free. The contrast here is striking. You are in the middle of Tokyo's financial district, skyscrapers all around, and then there is this massive green space with moats and historic gates. It's like the city built itself around this quiet historic center. That afternoon, I took the Yuri Kamome line to Odaiba, Tokyo's futuristic waterfront district. This is where you go when you want to feel like you're in a sci-fi movie. There is a Statue of Liberty replica, a life-size Gundam statue. shopping malls, and at night the Rainbow Bridge lights up across the bay. Hi guys, Lux Ventures here, and we are in Odaiba, this man-made island, and we are here together with Yuta.
Hey, here we go.
And Yuta will explain a little bit what is his favorite thing in Tokyo, and also explaining a bit about the area here.
Yeah, now we're standing on Odaiba, which is an artificial island which was built by government in the late 80s. This place was pretty useless, and then the government decided to fill it with burnt garbage and with recycled garbage to make some land. And now you can see this. And behind us, you can see the Rainbow Bridge over there. Yeah, that's the Rainbow Bridge.
Great. No rainbow today, but maybe when the sun is shining and the rain will come.
Hopefully. Okay. And the favorite place of mine in Tokyo is maybe this place is good too, because in weekends here is a lot of events for families, for couples who are coming here who has not that interesting things during the work week.
Yes.
And they can spend their time here watching some concerts, some events, some bands, and even now they're making some preparation for some fountain.
Yeah, and you want to check out what time it is, right?
Yeah, I will check it out.
Then I hit Shibuya Crossing, the world's busiest pedestrian intersection. Up to 3,000 people cross at once. When the lights turn red, everyone stops. When they turn green, organized chaos. And just a few minutes away is Harajuku. If Shibuya is organized chaos, Harajuku is colorful chaos. Takeshita Street is narrow, crowded and absolutely essential. This is where Tokyo's youth culture explodes. That cotton candy is taller than my head, and kawaii fashion is everywhere. Welcome to Harajuku. But here is what surprised me about Tokyo. Even in the middle of all this chaos, you can find complete silence. Mighty Jingu Shrine sits in the heart of Harajuku, surrounded by 170 acres of forest. You walk through these massive gates, down a gravel path lined with trees, and suddenly the city noise just disappears. You are in central Tokyo, but it feels like you've stepped into another world. That night I ended up in Omoide Yokocho, also called Memory Lane, or less politely Piss Alley. It's a narrow alleyway in Shinjuku packed with tiny yakitori restaurants. And I mean tiny. Some places have 5 to 6 seats maximum. You sit elbow to elbow with people, grilled meat smoke everywhere, beer flowing. It's cozy, authentic, and feels like 1950s Tokyo. Oh, and I also saw the famous 3D cat billboard in Shinjuku, because Tokyo. I stayed at Hotel Niwa Tokyo, and it was a perfect blend of traditional Japanese design and modern comfort. The hotel has this beautiful Japanese garden on site, a peaceful escape right in the middle of the city. And the food here, incredible. Fresh sashimi that melts in your mouth, and A5 Wagyu beef at the French restaurant that's so tender you barely need a knife. It's the kind of place where you actually want to spend time at your hotel, not just sleep there. After 3 days in Tokyo, I moved on to Kyoto. If you decide to take the Shinkansen, that would be 2 hours and 15 minutes on a bullet train, traveling at 350 kilometers per hour. Tokyo was incredible, fast, futuristic, overwhelming in the best way, but everyone told me Kyoto was different. That it's where the old Japan lives. And honestly, I was skeptical. How different could it really be? Then I arrived in Kyoto, and I understood. Kyoto is what happens when an entire city becomes art. Everything here feels intentional. Every rock in a garden is placed with meaning. Every street is preserved with care. Every bowl of matcha is whisked with precision. If Tokyo is Japan's heartbeat, Kyoto is its soul. My first stop was Nishiki Market, a 400-year-old market that locals call Kyoto's kitchen. This isn't a tourist trap. This is where Kyoto residents actually shop. Kyoto is green tea central, matcha everything, and I'm not complaining. Fresh mochi bean made by hand, Kyoto-style pickles, grilled seafood skewers, and Wagyu beef at small specialty shops. Some of the best quality you'll find. The food here is refined, delicate, and just beautiful. That evening, I explored Gion, Kyoto's most famous geisha district. Let me explain what geishas actually are, because Western media gets it wrong. Geishas, or gaiko in Kyoto, are traditional performing artists, trained in classical music, dance, tea ceremony. They are highly skilled entertainers who spend years in rigorous training. Young geishas in training are called maiko, and here is the difference. Maiko are apprentices, usually teenagers, still learning the art. You can spot them by the elaborate, colorful kimonos with long trailing obi, white makeup, and those distinctive hairstyles with hanging ornaments. They wear tall wooden sandals called okobo. Gaiko, the fully trained geishas, wear more subdued kimonos, simpler hairstyles, and have completed their years of training. This is a neighborhood where Memoirs of a Geisha was filmed, and walking these streets at dusk, it feels like stepping into that movie. If you are lucky, you might see a maiko walking quickly to an appointment, the click of her wooden sandals echoing on stone streets. For dinner, I went to Pontosho Alley, a narrow street lined with traditional restaurants. Paper lanterns glowing, wooden facades, the smell of grilled yakitori filling in the air. Pontosho is famous for Wagyu hot pot, shabu shabu, sukiyaki, premium beef cooked right at your table. This is what I love about Kyoto. Every meal feels like an experience. The next morning, I woke up early to catch the Arashiyama bamboo forest at sunrise. And this is one of those places that photos can't capture, because it's not just about how it looks. It's about how it feels. You are surrounded by these towering bamboo stalks that sway and creak in the wind. The light filters through in its soft green glow. It's quiet, it's peaceful, it's otherworldly. And this is why you wake up super early for this, because by 9 a.m. this place is already packed with tourists. After the bamboo forest, I visited Senso-ji Temple, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and former Imperial Palace turned into a temple. What makes Senso-ji special is that it's less crowded than Kyoto's big-name temples, which means you actually get to experience the tranquility these places were designed for. Look at these 5-story pagoda. The gardens here are stunning, and there is a sense of peace that some of the busier temples just don't have. And then there is Kinkakuji, the Golden Pavilion. This is a temple you've seen in every Japan photo ever. And when you see it in person, you understand why. It's a 3-story pavilion covered entirely in gold leaf, sitting on the edge of a mirror-like pond. The gold glows. The reflection is perfect. It's stunning. The original was built in 1397. It burned down in 1950 and was rebuilt in 1955. The gold leaf you see now was reapplied in 1987. Then I visited Ryoyan-ji, home to Japan's most famous Zen rock garden. 15 rocks arranged in raked white gravel. No matter where you sit, you can only see 14 rocks at once. It's designed for meditation. You are supposed to just sit, watch, think, or don't think. And somehow, just sitting here watching rocks and sand is one of the most peaceful things I've done in Japan. I ended the day at Yasaka Shrine in Gion, At dusk, when the lanterns light up, it feels absolutely magical. I stayed at Suwaka Hotel in the heart of Gion, and the restaurants there, Gion Loka, serve some of the best food I had in all of Japan. Fresh sashimi that melts in your mouth, and A5 Wagyu beef, the highest grade of Japanese beef. This is the kind of meal you don't forget. And staying in Gion means you can walk these streets early in the morning before the crowds, or late at night when the lanterns glow. You're in the heart of old Kyoto. So here's what I learned about Japan. Tokyo and Kyoto aren't competing, they are complementary. Tokyo is where you feel the future. It's alive, pulsing, overwhelming. It's 3,000 people crossing an intersection. It's neon lights and skyscrapers. It's energy that never stops. Kyoto is where you feel the past, present, and future all at once. It's quiet, deliberate, timeless. It's bamboo forests at dawn. It's golden temples at sunset. It's fresh sashimi and A5 Wagyu that make you understand why Japanese cuisine is world-renowned. It's a city that makes you slow down. In Tokyo, you get sensory overload in the best way. In Kyoto, you get perfect silence. Do you need both? Absolutely, because Tokyo shows you what Japan is becoming, and Kyoto shows you where it came from. 1 minute you are standing in a 1,400-year-old temple burning incense. The next you are 634 meters in the sky looking at a neon cityscape. One day you are exploring a futuristic waterfront district with a life-size Gundam. The next you are walking through a UNESCO World Heritage Site that was once an Imperial palace. One morning you are eating fresh tuna at 8 a.m. at Tsukiji Market. The next you are tasting A5 Wagyu at Gion Loka that changes your understanding of what beef can be. If you are planning a trip to Japan, don't choose between Tokyo and Kyoto. Experience both. Get lost in Tokyo's chaos, find peace in Kyoto's temples. Eat yakitori in a tiny bar with 6 seats. Try Wagyu hot pot in Potosho Alley. Watch 3,000 people cross Shibuya. Watch a Maiko disappear into a tea house. Visit the Imperial Palace Gardens. Stand in front of the Golden Pavilion. Trust me, Japan is better when you see both sides. If you want more details, I've wrote full travel guides for both Tokyo and Kyoto on my blog, link in the description below. And if you are planning a trip to Japan, drop a comment. I'd love to hear where you're going. Thanks for watching. Until the next adventure.